So today we are going to talk about adding and subtracting fractions. This first video is just going to be about adding and subtracting fractions with the same denominator. The second video will focus on adding and subtracting fractions with different denominators. So remember, I would like you to have a piece of notebook paper out, and I'd like you to work through these problems with me. This first video is going to be short and sweet, and the second one won't be super short, but it'll still be sweet, okay? So adding and subtracting fractions with the same denominator. So our first example, how about 3/4 minus 5/4? Okay, well 3 take away 5 is -2. 3 take away 5 is -2. And the denominator in the bottom is the same. So it stays the same. So a couple of things that we need to talk about. First of all, rules. You add or subtract the numerators, the top numbers, when the denominators are the same. When you do that, you add or subtract the top numbers and the denominator does not change, right? So 3 minus 5 is -2, so we get the answer -2/4. But you need to remember that you have to simplify. Write your answer in its most reduced form. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And a negative divided by a positive is a negative. So your actual answer is -1/2. Now I purposely threw that in there, throwing a problem that had some signed numbers. I don't think you really have that for most of your homework, but I just wanted to get you to think about that. Let's try another one. What about 7/3 minus 2/3 plus 4/3? So order of operations says that we do subtraction and addition in the order that it appears. So I have to do this part first. Notice that all of these have the same denominator. So I'm just going to subtract the numerator. 7 take away 2 is 5. So I have 5/3. Bring down the rest of the problem. Plus 4/3. 5 plus 4 is 9. Denominator stays the same, 9/3. And this can be reduced. I can divide by 3. 9 divided by 3 is the whole number 3. So you could write that as the whole number 3, or you could write it as 3/1. This next example that I'm going to give for you, I'm going to make sure to put some mixed numbers in here. How about 4 2/5 minus 1 1/5 plus 7/5? Okay, so notice that these are actually mixed numbers. They are not fractions. I have to turn them into fractions, and the way that I do that is I multiply the denominator times the whole number and add it to the numerator. Multiply the denominator times the whole number and add it to the numerator. I call it doing the C thing. So 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22. So that first mixed number becomes 22/5 minus 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6, minus 6/5 plus 7/5. 22 minus 6 is 16, plus 7 is 23. So my final answer is 23/5. Sometimes you won't find that answer. Sometimes your final answer will be put back into mixed number format. The way that you figure that out is you take the top number, 23, and divide it by the bottom number. 5 will go into 23 4 times with the number 20 and a remainder of 3. So that yields you the whole number 4, right? With the remainder of 3 over 5. And you can check it if you want by doing the C thing. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 3 is 23, and notice you would get the same. So both of these have the same value. Okay? So go ahead and give it a whirl. That's how you add and subtract fractions or mixed numbers with a common denominator.